What's going on, everyone? Jamie here from FMSCOUT. In today's video, bringing you episode number 2 of the Hidden Gems. Now, episode 1 was really popular. We've done this a lot in the past. There was a few comments just regarding that some people couldn't find the players that I was showing. Now, this all depends on the database and how you set your game up. Unfortunately, there's not really a way of changing it unless you add the league. But in terms of players coming through that nation, you will have to do it from the start of the game. On your screen right now is a video that I did at the start of FM20 that I recommend going to watch if you are about to watch a new save. I will leave it in the description for you guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's go and have a look at player number 1. The first place we are going to is Germany at Schalke, Hamed Katuko, a Turkish 19-year-old, valued at 2.2 million. Now, this is generally for your Premier League clubs, I guess. This guy's got a little bit of potential, but is also a very big bargain. You can see if we make an offer for him, he only costs you around 5.75 million, and that can be negotiated down as well. So bear that in mind. I mean, look at his finishing, 15 finishing, pressing forward, advance forward. He's got the attributes for a deep line playmaker. He can play false 9, he can play poacher. The only thing he can't really play is target man, but in all fairness, his attributes are pretty good as a target man. Trequartista he can play. So this guy is kind of the real deal for a hidden gem. And obviously if you manage in Germany quite a bit, you'll probably know him. He has been at Schalke since 2014-2015. Actually got dropped to the Schalke second team in 18-19. The year before that, he made 13 appearances, 2 goals, but he's never really been in the first team. So probably why they don't want that much money for him. But definitely as a second choice striker at a big club, you know, I think this guy could definitely do some damage, and I think you can probably sell this guy for a lot more than 5 million. We are staying in Germany now at Greuther Fürth in the second Bundesliga. The German, 23 years old, so he's not that old. 1.3 million, he's on 6.75k per week. But this guy, again, is another player that you could really rely on, even in the Premier League as a left-back. He can play wing-back, complete wing-back, full-back. He can also play in the wing-back position if you do play a little bit higher. You can see this guy spent most of his career in the second Bundesliga and never actually played in the Bundesliga, I don't think. So, I mean, when you look at the guy's attributes, a few things that stand out for me is his work rate as a left-back is really hard to find. You know, it's kind of overall very good, and that's very hard to find in left-backs or wing-backs. You know, they're either really good mentally or really terrible mentally, but they're always good physically, which most wing-backs are. Technically, they tend to be okay, but this guy has got a lot of good attributes across the board. And if we try and make an offer, he's going to cost you around 2.4 million. Now, please tell me, that is a bargain, right? For a guy with these attributes, for 2.4 million. If I was starting in the Premier League, this is a player that I would definitely bring in. We are actually going to Ivory Coast now at FC San Pedro, an Ivorian 22-year-old Banffa Sila. 3 caps and 1 goal for Ivory Coast as well. Only 22 years old, central midfielder. Unfortunately, that's the only thing he can play, which kind of lets him down. So you will need to kind of either train him into the roles you play or stick with the central midfielder role. But he's got a good marking of 15. His passing is 11. His tackling is 15. So, you know, he can play as a Mazzala. It's just kind of his dribbling and a few of his mental stats. Bear in mind that his attribute for work rate is quite low, so maybe playing as a kind of a box-to-box isn't the best option in terms of this. But, I mean, if we go to make an offer for this guy, it's only going to cost you 550k, which I think this guy in the Championship, as kind of the level I'm going to use as an example, of course, work permits and things like that probably won't be able to get him in the Championship, but somewhere of that level, I think this guy, I'm just checking if he's got a second nationality, but he hasn't. So I think at this level, I think at Championship level, maybe the Portuguese lower leagues or the Portuguese Liga NOS, maybe a lower team in that tier for 500k. I think this guy could do the job. I mean, he's not going to do a lot of tricks. He's only got 1 flair. But I think give this guy a go because I think he will impress you. An Italian left winger, Vincenzo Millico, the Italian at Torino, 1.6 million, only on 3.1k per week, and is only 18, so this guy is a little bit of a guy who's got a lot of potential as well. His personality is driven, determined, like I say, determination of 19, and a driven personality He can play as a striker, he can play as an advanced forward, he can play as an inverted winger, inside forward, winger, and is only valued at 1.6 million. He has spent all of his career at Torino. If we try and make an offer for him, it's going to cost you around 10.5 million. But like I said in the last episode, this isn't just about hidden gems. It's potential. It's everything that maybe players that you've never heard of. And I've seen Vincenzo Millico on a few saves, and he turns out pretty good. You spend 10 million on him, and I think you could probably sell him for about 40 million a few years later. So I've never heard of this guy, so let me know in the comments if you have, but not someone that I'm overly familiar with, apart from the screenshots I've seen. He is wanted by Arsenal and Inter. So for a player for 10 million, it seems very low. You could probably negotiate that down to about 6 million. So yeah, something and someone I would definitely check. Into Holland now. Now this video is, we've had a different league every time so far. This Icelandic 24-year-old Elias Mar Marson, a striker, a pressing forward, advanced forward. He can play as a shadow striker. He can play as an advanced playmaker, attacking midfielder. He can play on the left. He can play on the right. Very, very, very versatile. You can see he's kind of been a bit of a journeyman player. He's played in Iceland. He's played in Norway, Sweden, Holland. If we try and make an offer for him, he is going to cost you around 2.3 mil. And for a player of that versatility, is he good enough for the Premier League? You'd probably need to get a scout report. But I think as a lower league Premier League team, definitely for that value and that price, someone that you should probably bring in. I mean, 2.something million is 2.3 million. And like I say, you could probably negotiate that down quite a bit to maybe 1.5. That didn't work, but you know what I'm saying. So this guy is someone that you should look at if you are looking for a bit of depth. And talking of Norway, we are into Norway now. A Norwegian 27-year-old is a little bit older, currently valued at 650k, contracted to odds. Torgeir Botheim. He is a fairly professional striker, so that's a really good thing to have. And he can play quite a few positions. He can play poacher, advanced forward, complete forward, deep line forward, pressing forward, target man, false nine, trequartista. You know, is an all-round type of balanced player. 14 finishing, 16 off the ball, 13 determination, 14 agility, but off the ball is very, very important, especially if you play someone like a poacher or a deep line forward. A really good attribute to have in a player. This guy is valued at 650k. So how much can we get him for? 700k. But yeah, a very good player. In terms of his history, again, he's spent a lot of his career in Norway. He did move, actually, for 475k to FC20. And he did go on loan, and it didn't really work out. He came back to Norway. So, yeah, a player that you should look at definitely on your future saves. A player now that potentially isn't really a hidden gem. I've heard of him a few times this year, and I'm sure you guys have as well. But this guy's a bargain. Don't forget, this is about bargain players, hidden gems, and potential. The guy, Lucas Robertone, Argentinian, 22 years old, valued at 3.4 million. If we make an offer for this guy, it's going to cost you around 3.9 million. Now, that is a very good deal for a guy of this attributes. I mean, he could easily go into the team in a Premier League and I think be very, very successful. Even at a team like West Ham, I mean, even the bigger teams, he could be a backup player. He can play advanced playmaker, attacking midfielder, shadow striker. He can even play in the central midfielder role. So if you do play AMCs and central mids, he could definitely do the job and be a sufficient depth player for you. But yeah, no, Lucas Robertone, again, looking at his history, he spent all of his career at Velez. And yeah, make sure you look at this guy. A bit of potential now. Eric Botheim at Rosenborg, wanted currently by Birmingham for loan, which is really strange. I don't know where that's come from. Have they got like an affiliate with Birmingham or something? No, I don't know why Birmingham want him on loan. It's really strange. But I mean, he doesn't look great right now, but he's a very ambitious personality. He can play advanced forward, deep line forward, and you can see he's only 19 years old. Look at his value, 35k. And his determination is good, his work rate, his technique is great. If you can get this guy in League One, or you can definitely get this guy in the Championship, and I think he could easily, after a few years, be your first choice striker. The guy's only going to cost 1.8 million, so it's not a lot of money. In terms of his history, he spent, again, all of his career in Norway, and I think he's quite highly rated in Norway. I'm not that familiar, but maybe if there's any Norwegians, you can let me know. But I've seen this guy's name a lot on FM20 as a kind of a bargain. So yeah, let me know. Another left back now. This time we go to Greece at Olympiakos. Kostas Tsimikas. Sorry, 23 years old, 4.3 million. Determination is great. He can play wing back, very similar to the play we saw earlier in the video. But again, I keep talking about when you get new gen wing backs come through, they're usually really bad mentally, and physically they're always good. Technically, there's always something missing, whether it's the crossing as a wing back. I mean, sometimes it can be the tackling as well. You always see new gens with either really good crossing but bad tackling, where this guy has kind of got everything. You know, the only thing that's nothing really lets him down. And if you gave me this guy at Arsenal or someone like that, he would easily maybe be in the first team, or if not, a very big rotation player. The guy's valued at 4.3 million. Spent all of his career almost in Greece. He did go on loan to Denmark and Holland. If we try and make an offer for him, though, it's going to cost you around 11 mil. So the most expensive one in this list, but you know, you get what you pay for. And if you've got 10 million spare and you're desperate for a left back, even this guy could fit in at Manchester United maybe. You know, he's got the attributes for a big Premier League team. So that's why I bought him in the list, because he's only valued at 10 million. And we know 10 million doesn't get you a lot in this day and age of football. So yeah, make sure you check out this guy. The final one now is a little bit of a strange one. Chukwudi Igbokwe, the Nigerian, in a Nigerian academy at a semi-professional team. Now, this guy is a DM, so the first DM on the video. But this guy's got a little bit of potential that you guys need to be made aware of. I mean, you know, he's got tackling of 14, his passing. It doesn't look amazing, but if you can bring this guy in at a lower league, maybe Liga NOS team. The reason I keep mentioning Liga NOS is because they don't have any rules in their league, not that much anyway. So I would honestly bring someone like this in. I mean, the thing is, it's only going to cost you around 110k, so you've not really got anything to lose. Whether you just loan him out for a year or two, see how it develops, you're always going to make more money than 110k on this guy if he's playing. That's the main thing. So if you are looking for a DM backup, I don't think this guy can make it in the Premier League, but as a championship, maybe lower league championship, I guess. But yeah, for that price, it's very, very cheap. And you can see he spent most of his career at this academy from 2015. So someone that you need to look out for. Maybe have a look at him on your save, see if he is still at the academy or if he's moved on. He's not currently wanted by anyone at the moment. So, but yeah, that's been the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments if you want to see more hidden gems, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.